Hey, what's up, guys? It's Junns, yeah, from Forever Gaming. Today, I thought maybe I'll give you guys a behind the scenes look at the process of thumbnail design. You know, um, I've been a designer for like over 10 years, web design, graphic design, print. I worked for a couple of magazines, in my heyday. And this is how I create thumbnails for my videos. I use different programs, of course: Illustrator, Photoshop, GIMP, anything that you would want to use or work. It's really about having the assets. And the lucky thing about recording video is that I have high quality stills that I could take photos of from in game. So this is an image from within a session of Oni, and I was able to just capture it and then add it into the thumbnail, right? So right now I'm sizing it up to where I want to do put it in the thumbnail, right? And it's a simple process. You take the images, you have your scene, you're setting your scene, and then you set up where you want the title, the text to be, and then maybe you add some characters. The characters, I also, inspired by Oni, I designed them in here. I illustrated my own characters. Eventually, I'll probably have multiple characters and maybe even do a little bit of animation. That stuff is kind of fun to me. But just for a little background, I came from a creative family, painting and drawing. I had a brother, an older brother, who was an amazing comic book penciler, and he really influenced all of us. Like me, my brother, and my cousin, we all draw, paint some version of art, right? So I went to school. I went to the magnet school for art. I also was in the band, but I would say my passion is music, but my vocation was art, because I was in a household full of artists, and it was like you couldn't get away from it, right? You could compete, you could paint, you could draw, and you could be inspired day by day. So yeah, those are some of my illustrations. I just have them, and I can move them around, and I change their facial expressions and stuff. This is from previous designs. I've been doing thumbnails for this series for a while now, right? So right now it's just placement, figuring out the placement, put a little underlay behind the text. It's not necessarily what the text is gonna be yet, but just the placement, right? Yeah, I guess in that illustration, we lost her arms. Her arms are probably somewhere on the side panel somewhere. It's hilarious, but we won't use them at this moment. But anyway, yeah, so magnet program, drawing and painting, competing with my friends, going to competitions and figure arts, going to different colleges, nude illustrations every Friday. It was a training ground, right? And then to go from that to going to college and trying to figure out how to convert those skills into gainful employment. The obvious step was graphic design, print production, marketing, right? So I went to school for that, you know, graduated top of my class, and I had a couple places, want to hire me straight out of school, and I ended up going with this little magazine. I know it was like I know everybody's heard of like Finger Hut. It was a version of that. So I just was in the like Photoshop sweatshop, just adjusting photos for products in the magazine. It was not a fun job. It was not sexy, right? But I learned time and like meticulousness, and having to keep doing it and doing it and doing it. So it was an experience. I went on from there to another magazine. This magazine had me as a head designer, which was a lot more fun. So this magazine had over 300 pages. About 120 pages would be redesigned monthly, and the pressure was on. I learned a lot there, right? So I'm just overlaying colors now, trying to get we have the title, we have the name of this new series, and it's just about, drawing the eye where it wanted to go. I want to let people know this is Oxygen, and these are the dupes, and we're just laying it out, getting the feel, right? Zoom out to see how it'll look, small, because your thumbnails, they show up in the tiniest of places. So that just kind of helps me decide on the sizing. I wanted it to be the same as my Starter Colony series, but a little different. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be letting go of Oni no time soon. I love playing it. There's so many different ways, so many different challenges. I've recorded a bunch. I just haven't uploaded the different series. I'm trying to make sure that the Oni community is fed, but that it's not just Oni, right? I play a lot of things: Dead by Daylight, some Destiny, and a bunch of other games. Helldivers 2. It's kind of fun. I don't know. I might also do some illustration on here. I might do some drawing, maybe some reviews. I got a Steam Deck that's coming, and I'm not using it in a traditional way for streaming. I'm gonna use it for production and efficiency with recording and the things that I do. We'll see how it works. Yeah. So the character on the left is behind the gradient. Character on the right is in the front. I don't know. Move her hand without her arm, without the hand out the way. We're gonna have to push her behind the gradients for some symmetry. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I definitely want to create a bunch more characters, right? So these were my first initial ones, but I love a Camille and a Bubbles and a Guzman, and so I don't know, I'm thinking about creating some new ones, maybe get some people in the community to chime in. I don't know, that might be down the road. I might be speaking to ahead of myself, I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and I think this is something. It's been a dream of mine to just really just be a YouTuber. So I'm taking it serious. I'm really focused on the consistency, and we're just going from there, right? You always want, like classic photos, they call it vignette, and it's like you see like the corners of the image shaded darker, and it's just a way to kind of guide the eyes where you want to guide them, and not have anything distract the view from what's important, right? I usually don't put like oxygen not included right in the center, but we have this centerpiece with the 12 dupes, and so they're the showcase. So for this particular version, we're gonna go ahead and center things because they're the focus. When creating multiple thumbnails, you want to have your assets readily available. So like I have multiple versions of these characters. I gotta keep adding more and more, but just to move them, rotate them, put them in different directions is just handy. Now over here, these are thumbnails for some Destiny 2 content that's coming out. And so that was one I already created. And I think this is going to be a banner, like the bumper for Forever Gaming that has the dupe on it. This is going to be the Destiny version of that. And then I was like, let me create another one. And so that little space diagram, I recreated it from a Destiny loading screen. And so now I have access to that to be able to place it in my designs. You know, Destiny's a space game, so I got a couple Milky Way-esque galaxy images just to add some texture, right, to the vectorized image. Kind of set the scene. I think the space gases and stars just gives it an amazing feel. We take that and we kind of bring down the opacity, pretty much the see-throughness of it, the transparent level, and we incorporate it with the Destiny pattern, right? A lot of these programs, they have a lot of the same features. They got layers, they got layer effects, overlay, screen, throw gradients in there. It really leaves it up for you to manipulate it whatever way you want to. But I've been using this program since like 2004. You know, this is mainly a print program, but it has the features of an illustrator. And so because I come mainly from a magazine background, this program became my home. Excuse me. So you see, I copied the Forever Gaming, and I had a highlight over it. So I needed to copy both. This Warlock, I love this Warlock. It's an image from an artist that created the design for this Warlock in game. This outfit I literally have on my Warlock. It's my favorite. So I definitely had to download the artist's original design. And it's like a wallpaper on my computer. I cropped it, took the white background out of it so I could be able to use it high resolution. I'm a Warlock main for sure. I'm trying to decide the positioning. I'm just setting up kind of like a template for titling in the future. I've been working on Onslaught lately, trying to get that super black for my characters, gearing up for the final shape. And so it's been a little bit of a slog, but it's helping me like get back familiar. I've been a lapsed guardian. I've been gone for over a year, so to come back to prepare for the final shape it's been helpful, right? We've been playing this game for like 10 years. This is the finale of it. The penultimate release was a letdown. The story was pretty bad, and it kind of turned me off. I already was frustrated with the microtransactions and the lack of content. And as people that I played with left the game, you just end up playing by yourself. And this is a very team-oriented game, right? And so I stayed mainly for the story. So when Lightfall was like the biggest MacGuffin, like the veil wasn't explained, none of the things we've been waiting for was explained. It really like turned me off, and I left. And so it's a part of me that doesn't quite trust Bungie to, land the ship, but I feel like I owe it to myself to see this to the end, right? So the gameplay is still good. The graphics are still beautiful. The gun game is still crispy. It's about, is this gonna end like Game of Thrones or Breaking Bad, right? I hope you guys enjoyed this little behind the scenes. Maybe we could end with a couple finished thumbnails, and I'll definitely check you guys on the next time, next time on Dragon Ball Z. All right, peace.